My name's Emma Wheelhouse and I work for the London Development Agency and I work for the Olympic Legacy Directorate. My job is basically about managing how we work with all the different important stakeholders that we need to involve in the process of designing and delivering the Olympic legacy. And that covers all stakeholders, so it'll be everyone from the Mayor's office, the Mayor of London, Tessa Jowell, right down to the people who live near the Olympic Park on the estates and who actually are the ones that need to benefit the most from the Olympic legacy. We have to program in large-scale events so that actually it appeals as a kind of tourist destination or an interest spot, but we've also got to think about the dog walkers who might want to go there, the kids who might want to play there on a Sunday afternoon, and really making it a very vibrant and active space. We're actually based in Canary Wharf. We've got offices in the Barclays building in Canary Wharf because it's really quite close to the Olympic Park site, so it's a very useful place for us to be. I've generally got at least 2 or 3 meetings in the morning, and that could be internal meetings with different teams that I'm working with, whether it's the planners or the designers, or it might be some of the skills and employment team. But then I also have a lot of meetings with external partners as well. So they're people that we're working with out in the community, or partners like the host boroughs that we need to work with to ensure they know what we're doing and they agree with it. So I would come back and probably action quite a few emails. And then often there's an evening workshop, whether it's a community workshop, it might be going to a tenants residents association meeting, but there's a lot of reaching out to the community, talking to the community, listening to the community and hearing what their concerns and ideas are for the future. Learning from other people is a real highlight of my job because I get to do that every single day, and it's always new, it's always interesting. It's like a different perspective or a different opinion. Sometimes they conflict, and there's a lot of conflict management, actually working through and mediation skills where you have got really differing opinions and often a lot of heated debate. But it's still quite exciting to see why people are passionate and what the issues are and how you can try and resolve them and how you can improve the decisions that are made. The path I took was I did geography at university, which was a really good degree for me to do because I've always been interested in kind of people and place and how the two interacted. So I had a good grounding in it from uni. Also did quite a lot of work experience. So when I was at university and in holidays and things, I always sought out different work experience opportunities with different regeneration charities or agencies. Then I went into working for a private sector firm in PR and marketing, and that was quite good just for understanding business now and stakeholder management. But I always knew that it was regeneration and kind of the charitable, not-for-profit sector that I did want to be working in. From that, I moved to the London Development Agency to try and get a broader perspective of what's the more strategic approach to regeneration and how do you start to manage a number of different projects across the whole of the city. And then from that, I moved on to the Olympic legacy work. There's a lot of pressure because of all the scrutiny that comes with it and the mammoth amount of weight that is on your shoulders when you've got government, senior government level scrutinising, you've got the media, and you've just got such a keen public interest. You've got to be able to work in a very flexible environment. You've got to be able to take on change because it'll come in rapidly every single day. And you've got to be able to respond to that positively and still try and keep some sort of framework together. My advice would be to think quite carefully about what you're passionate about, what really does matter to you in terms of what area of regeneration or community engagement would you be most interested in and why. Once you think you've got an idea for that, I would then start researching where you might be able to get some work experience or do some volunteering. They will welcome you with open arms and give you some opportunity. And it would be really good to get that experience to understand a bit more about how it works and also how you respond to it. That thought that the Olympics can be used to generate real long-term benefit for all sorts of different people was what drove me to get involved.